member of your team has disavowed Division affiliation. Your team will be marked rogue.
Hey guys, what's poppin'? Yeah, we're about to go ahead and get into this build preview. I recorded this like 10 times, so I'm gonna try to make this as quick as possible, really. But yeah, if you haven't watched my last video, you can go check that out. I'm gonna link it down into the description down below. And you have any questions or anything, just hit me up in the comment section or hit me up on social media. That's also going to be down in the description below. And thanks for watching. I appreciate the love. And yeah.
Would you be the preacher? Would you be my what's the done? I still got a lot of shit to learn, I'll admit it.
Hey, what's poppin'? Let's go ahead and get into it. So this is the build preview I was talking about. Anyway, this is what we're running here. We got this all high-end setup. We have the One Piece electronics for the hybrid, the hybrid title, whatever, you know, it's whatever you want to call it. I think one piece that counts as enough, really, unless you want to go, you know, crazy and go 2 pieces, 3 pieces. It's up to you, really. This whole game is all about personal preference, especially in 1.6. It's like really everybody's running like a lot of different stuff, and like I usually, what was it? I think earlier 1.6 or so, I was actually bodying kids on an LMG, believe it or not. I think I have some footage on that. I'll show you guys that later. But yeah, if you guys haven't watched the last video, make sure to go watch that before you come and watch this. I mean, you can watch this first. It doesn't really matter which one. But yeah, the last video is going to be down in the description below. I'm going to link that to you guys, so you guys can go check that out if you haven't seen it yet. And yeah, so let's go ahead and start off with the weapons. Right now we have the lightweight M4, and these are the talents we're running: competent, responsive, and unforgiving. These 3 talents right here, these are like godly, like really. It's better than the old school talents that you probably see, like deadly, brutal, and whatever else you would run on your gun. I think competent, responsive, and unforgiving, like these 3 just outshine everything else, just because you get that 10% extra weapon damage, and you got responsive. Responsive is a much used talent. You see everybody running that no matter what. And then you have unforgiving, you know, you're losing health and you're gaining more damage. So since my weapon damage is at like 25, I pop competent, I'm going up to 27. And then unforgiving, let's say you take a bar off, I'm shooting up to 30k weapon damage right there. So the crits, like on that's probably like 29k, 30k, and then it's just going to keep going up, and, you know, until I die. But yeah, so pretty much it's just like that. And with the toughness, I know the toughness probably looks a little low. Somebody's probably saying like, this kid's a glass cannon. But I mean, in this update, it's not really that good to stack toughness. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't advise it actually at all. Because the mitigation is like, the average is like 30 to 33. So you really don't need toughness as much as you used to. So it's just not worth stacking it. And on the bear's chest piece, we have skill haste and health. Skill haste is just for the skill cooldowns, just to get your, you know, skills and stuff back faster, and health just so you eat that extra bullet before you die, because that's really what it equates to. That 15k, 16k health, it equates to like 1 bullet. So that's pretty much what you're eating there. And then everything else is rolled to firearms except for the knee pads again, which is rolled to electronics. And on the MDR, we're running competent, responsive. Competent for the extra 10%, responsive, that way when I get close to you, because you can still use this gun even in close range. Like a lot of people think it's kind of limited, but it really isn't, because I mean, you're hitting hard, and I mean, it's single shot, so it's not that bad. It really isn't. It's definitely a good gun. I'm glad they brought this into the game. It really changes up the gameplay for everybody else as well. On the backpack, I'm running something different. Not a lot of people will run this. I'm running skill power instead, just so I get like a higher skill power for my pulse and heals. And I'm gonna show you what my skills are looking like in a second. But yeah, the skill power really helps out over the 8% crit hit damage that a lot of people would probably want. Because you really don't need the crit hit damage on your backpack. It really doesn't make that much of a difference. Like, I think it changes, you lose like a 1k crit when you take off the crit hit damage. So it's really not that much. And I would just run skill power or stability or something over that, or health. I mean, it really, again, it's all up to your personal preference, but this is just what I'm running for now. On the gloves, Skull MC gloves, you already know what it is. I pretty much don't have to show you. It's going to be crit hit chance, assault rifle damage, crit hit damage. But for Last Stand, I usually change this up and run skill haste just because I don't need that much crit hit chance in Last Stand. You really don't need a lot of stuff. You can really rework your build and a lot of different raids really when you're running Last Stand. And then for the holster, I usually set the standard pretty high. The God roll standard I have is really like 1250 up with the crit hit chance, attribute. I would have had this already, but since this is the old school holster, I can't really run it. It's kind of sad. I'm just stuck with reload speed and other crappy attributes. But reload speed isn't that bad actually, because I think on Last Stand I might run skill haste on this or health or something. It's whatever, but I haven't really been playing Last Stand that much just because it gets boring, constantly winning. I don't want to say that, I probably sound like a fucking idiot, but I mean, if you win a lot, like Donald Trump said, all we're going to be doing is just winning. You're just going to get tired of it. I mean, that's pretty much, he really meant that. It's really true. But yeah, on the knee pads we have, I think I already showed these, but yeah, we had the electronic roll, crit damage, PvE for, stuff like that. And then on the mask, we have Tenacious, crit hit chance, and everything's with the firearms, all firearm mods, stuff like that. I got one stamina mod on the chest piece though, just one. And then one post crit hit damage for the backpack, and everything else is self-heal. And all right, let's go ahead and get into the skills. So for the skills, as you can see here, my pulse is sitting at 22.5% crit damage with the 15% crit hit chance, and that's a lot. A lot of people usually run this pulse just because you get that extra crit hit chance, but look how much crit hit damage I'm running. Like, I don't know. Again, it's really a personal preference. It depends on how you want to run it. And then for the booster shot, I'm sitting at 98k. I usually only run this booster shot when I'm fighting like multiple people, or if I'm doing a 1v1 with someone else that's running booster shot. If not, I'm going to be running this juicy ass overdose, as you can see here, with 163k for the self heal. Like, this thing will heal you up so freaking good. It's just crazy. But yeah, as far as like talents go, for personal talents, you want to run precision or in desperate times. Desperate times is kind of not working. I don't really know. I think I gotta check back up on that. I think they're going to be fixing it in 1.6.1 or 1.7. But yeah, this is also a really good talent, especially it's going to be very viable in the future updates since they're taking off the aim assist for hipfire. So you really want to have this on your ability slot. And then you have strike back, of course, reach low health, get your cooldowns back faster, and the critical save, that extra resistance. You really need that. And if I'm running like group play, I'll usually take off Desperate Times and put on the Combat Medic, of course, just to run that setup. And then I'll take off this Baird and put on a Veg. Again, skill haste and the health, of course, and very valuable here. And then ammo capacity, but you don't really need a chest piece with ammo capacity. It's up to you, again, personal preference. But yeah, so this is pretty much the build preview. Thanks for watching. Appreciate the love. Again, I don't want to be one of those guys or whatever. Leave a like if you can. Subscribe to the channel. Again, if you haven't watched that last video, go check that out. I'm gonna put that down in the description below. And thanks for watching. Peace.